What's going on, family? What's going on? So, this video is not actually a lesson, but I am going to share some information. So, I know what I teach is a bit different from what everyone else is teaching because I don't stay at the surface of things. I get a little bit deeper and I explain things from positive side and a negative side, right? So when I teach things, I do not teach witchcraft, right? I don't teach witchcraft. And what a lot of people don't understand and overstand is what witchcraft really is. And what witchcraft really is it is the misuse of the mind, right? Enemies in your mind by wicked works. Witchcraft, that's what that is. And I don't teach that. I teach the proper use of the mind because I'm a prime example of what happened when you misuse the mind. I share my experience of what happens when you misuse your mind and your gifts and what happens when you use your gifts with love and balance. This is what I teach. I lost my voice and my hair by misusing my power. Okay? So for me to teach witchcraft will be, going against everything I'm teaching. I don't do that. And I know that what I teach is not for everybody, and that's okay. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes people are afraid of what's different, and it's cool. It's really cool. But I had to let people know that, for those of you who are new and not new, that I teach magic indeed, but I don't teach witchcraft. I teach the consequences of misusing your mind, right? And with that being said, I wanted to share more things on collecting DNA. But instead of talking about actually collecting DNA, it's kind of going off of some things I was talking about when I was explaining how parents collect DNA to pass on to their kids. So when the sun is going east to west, right? That is masculine energy. And when the sun is in a zodiac sign, like right now, the sun is in Sagittarius, right? What the sun is doing is showing you the action of that energy or zodiac sign, whatever you want to call it. It's showing you the action of that energy. This is why it's important to follow the sun and the moon, because the sun and moon is your real, it tells you what time it is. Right? The sun and moon always cycle and they tell you what time it is. Not the machines that tell you, what time it is. No. Those machines control time. Right? This is going to be a short introduction into time travel because I'm going to explain the clocks after I discuss the sun and moon stuff. Right? So, when the sun is out, it's masculine. A masculine energy is it does. So when the sun is in a zodiac sign, it's giving you instructions on how to utilize this energy. Right? And the sun goes through every zodiac sign every month. And the moon goes through every zodiac sign every 2 to 3 days. And what the moon does, like right now, the moon is in Libra. That's 2 masculine signs in a relationship right now. You're here to learn a lesson, right? And what the moon does is it shows you the emotion. You're able to feel the emotion of that energy or zodiac sign, whatever you want to call it. That's what's happening right now. There's a relationship in the sky where you're supposed to learn a lesson. That's what's going on right now in the sky. Learning a lesson, the sun and moon, right? So anytime the sun is in the zodiac sign, you'll be learning and feeling the energy, the emotion of that sign, right? That's what that does. The sun and the moon is your real clock, not those clocks that tell you what time it is. No, that's completely wrong. All right, and I'm going to break that down. So, Eastern Standard Time is real time. It's manipulated, but it's real time, and I'm going to break it down for you, right? Eastern Standard Time, it is, hold on, let me see my clock. Okay, Eastern Standard Time is 2:52 right now, right? And when you go to Texas, it'll be 1:52 in Cali, and so, it's different, right? Now, what I want you to pay attention to around the entire world, I'm going to share a link to look at the world clock. And I want you to pay attention to the last two numbers in every country, right? There's a few countries that will be slightly ahead, but they also will have the same last two numbers. Pay attention to what I'm saying, right? So everything bounces off of Eastern Standard Time, which is the Atlantic. Think about that, right? And you look at every other clock in the world clock. The last two numbers are the same, but the numbers in the front are all different. Ask yourself why, right? Now check this out. There is no such thing as 24 hours in a day. If you want to experience 24 hours in a day, you would have to follow the sun from east to west and then go to the opposite side of the world and follow the sun again east to west to have 24 hours of daylight. There's only 12 hours in a day, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. we get light. The opposite side of the world, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., they have the moon, right? So when everything rotates from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., we get the moon. And from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., they get the sun. We operate off of 12 hours, not 24. But they manipulated time by changing the front number in front of every clock around the world. And how they're doing it is they're telling time off of the angles of the sun and moon. Manipulating time off of the angle of the sun and moon, right? So, and also what I learned, which was interesting, is that daylight savings isn't even a real thing. It was created in World War II to attack Germany. It was the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Like, they created time to, it was dumb, honestly, but I see why they did it. But that's not even a real thing. All daylight savings is when the sun and moon rotate inward, our days become shorter because the angle of the sun is now closer. If you realize around 2:33, it looks like 4 to 5 o'clock. That's because the sun is now rotating inward. It's not rotating outward anymore like it was in the summer, where the days were longer. And this is how they manipulate time, by telling you to push the clock back and push it forward and do this. It's not how it works. If you follow the sun from east to west, it tells the exact time. See, right now, since everything is shorter, we're not operating off of 12 hours. It's more so 10 and a half, 11, because it gets darker early and it gets and the sun rises earlier. So our days start around 5:30, 5:45 now, and end around 5:30, 5:45 when it gets dark. Like, and literally 10-hour day, 10 and a half hour day. But when I explain more about time travel, it's going to be interesting how the planets and the sun and moon all align so you can move freely how you want.